Welcome to the Black Men Think podcast. If this is your first time here, know that the views and opinions expressed by the Black Men Think podcast are those of the Black Men Think podcast and not the individual members. With that being said, we're about to be unapologetically, undeniably black.
Yeah. All right, man. Good morning. Welcome to the Black Man Think podcast, where we elevate our black man because black men be out here thinking. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
2025.
It
first
is.
Part of the 2025, man.
We in that
Feels
thing.
good.
Yeah. It does. It's cold.
Bro, it's cold in here.
Just imagine how cold it is out there.
Bro, man.
We all got hats and hoods on.
Right.
Man, dog. Right. Recorded with hats and hoods on. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's they talking about a wintry mix on Friday.
What they already basically talking about is y'all kids gonna be at home with y'all on Friday.
Bro,
That's what that is.
That's be the only thing about Georgia, bro. Like
Ever since Snowmageddon, man.
dog,
They gotta take
everything
a
shut
chance.
down.
Yeah, they ain't
I'm
playing
saying
games.
the Snowmageddon.
Yeah.
What year was that? 20. I forgot.
I can't even remember. All I remember is all them hours I spent going 3 miles on.
Yeah.
It had to either
Windy
be
Hill.
2012 or 2013 because I think I was in DC at that time.
Oh, you missed it.
Yeah,
It was
I don't
somewhere
think.
around
Yeah,
That was crazy.
Yeah, bro, you
Took me
lucky.
3 days to get home.
3 days.
3 days, bro.
It took who 3 days?
Me.
Like for
My
real?
wife was pregnant at home.
Jeez.
Dang.
Bro, I left because at that time I was going up to Destiny during the day. So,
Yeah.
you know, we were just sitting up
Was
there.
that there?
I can't remember.
Feel
That
like
had to
it
be
was
about
2014.
14. You had to
That
be
14.
14.
Was
Yeah.
I here? Well, I ain't moved back until after the winter of 14. So
Yeah.
that might be right. That
Bro,
might
we
be
were sitting
right.
up at the church all day, like, man, they say it's getting bad out there, but I think we straight. And then finally, we was like, all right, we gotta go. It was too
Get out
late.
of there.
Yeah.
Too late, bro. It took me, I want to say, I'm trying to remember. It was either 6 or 8 hours to go 3 miles, and I could only get to my cousin's house. That was Nissan Versa. Was hard though, boy. That thing, we
with
made
the
it up them
gas, yeah.
hills.
Yeah.
It was some trucks spinning down the hill. I was going up the hill, my little Versa. I was like, boy, we made it, man. But when I tell you, that's a memory.
Yeah, that's a real memory, bro. I remember that time. That was I was actually on the opposite end of it though, because it took me longer. It took me like 2 or 3 hours to get home, which I was complaining until I found out that people were stranded. Because like we were going south, you know, all the issues were more so headed north. So like if you were south of the city, you'd had to deal with some of it, but it wasn't as bad as people going up to Cobb. And if you had to go to Gwinnett, I think it was over with.
Dog.
Like, you couldn't even make it to Gwinnett.
People stuck on the highway.
Yeah. Kids, school bus.
Yep.
Then a lady went into labor, I think.
Yep. There's a few folks I heard went into labor.
Yeah,
Crazy.
there's a lot of
Bro.
issues. A lot of issues.
Yeah. Well, we say all that to say, welcome to the Black Man Think podcast, where we elevate our black man because black men be out here thinking. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe, all things Black Man Think, and sign up for Patreon, bro.
Yeah. I agree.
Please sign up for Patreon. Yeah. Sip of the week. We all said we
Bebe agua.
yeah, we ain't drinking nothing for real. This is sparkling water, with a little flavor to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I got a little infused water over here, a little lime, a little pineapple.
try that.
That's,
Okay.
That's next on my list.
Okay.
So
Oh,
don't
that looked nice. All
It's
right.
quite delish. Quite
Oh,
delish.
he up here. He talking about you. He dry. Yeah,
You
right.
gotta drink that with the pinky out.
Got a little.
A splash of vodka in there.
Yeah, he got a little mix of something else in there.
Nah, it's all agua over here.
Yeah, but also make sure y'all call and leave a voicemail, man,
Yes.
for our Ask a Black Man segment. We'll get into one later
Yes.
today, but 404-939-6477. That's the number you can call, leave a voicemail. Make sure you keep it 60 seconds or less. And if we like what we hear, we'll play it on the show.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So, homeboy check-ins.
Yeah.
Where we at with it?
Clear, bruh.
Clear.
Clear.
Okay.
Elaborate on that.
Yeah. Kind of.
So I started a fast this week, you know, just to set the year off right, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. In a matter of days, it's like what I've been waiting on, you know, like just the clarity right now is God sent, you know. So
Yeah. What are you fasting? You don't mind me asking.
you mean like what am I taking away?
Yeah.
Really fried food, sweets, alcohol, just anything unhealthy.
Okay.
You know, like I try to eat healthy options if I can.
Yeah.
Instead of going running by Chick-fil-A, grabbing a number 3 or whatever it is, whatever meal it is. Like I might go to Kava and get me a rice bowl or mixed greens bowl or something like that. So, but now it feels good, man. Like I already feel like I got more energy. I'm sleeping better. Not to mention like coming off of a very restful winter break. Had about 2 weeks straight, just everything shut down. Just time with the family.
Yeah.
Time with the wife. So yeah, real clear.
No, that's good, man. That's good. Corey?
And just staying out the way, man. Not too much. Just I look forward to going to sleep at night.
So you look forward.
No, for real, just trying to stay healthy, man. It's a lot of stuff out here right now.
Yeah,
I know a few people are sick, so yeah, man. Just trying to keep them clear. Clear there. I mean, staying focused. That's the main thing.
Absolutely.
Mental health is important. So
Indeed.
Yeah. Corey?
I'm kind of similar to Mo. I'm not as far as him, but I am pulling back on the alcohol, keeping it to just like we was talking about earlier, just to weekends if I do it.
Gotcha.
So I called it a moist January as opposed to a dry January, but it's probably just more like a little sip. Like right now, only thing I think I have big is like one of my friend's birthday, and I know I probably will that day, but outside of that, I don't really see myself. But also just like you, like I have been my diet has been really different since January 1st. So I'm not eating a lot of fried food. I'm not really a big fried food person anyway, but I'm leaning more into like salads and things of that nature. Even cutting back on meat a little bit, not intentionally. I just haven't. I've been craving more like salads and things of that nature as opposed to it. So. And then been in the gym. I'm trying to do 31 days straight of some type of activity, no matter what.
Nice.
And so, kind of like you, Marlon, I already feel some of the difference and things of that nature, and just really try to stick with it. This year I'm trying to get really back into the gym on a more consistent basis, back to how I used to do.
Cool.
But yeah, I do. I have a lot of clarity thus far, and just trying to keep that going forward too.
That's cool, man. Very similar to y'all, bro. Just trying to doing some changes for sure. Doing some changes like when me and wifey set our goals. One of my goals were like every month try some type of health challenge for myself. So this month, what I'm doing is like no bread, like absolutely no bread. Not necessarily like cutting back on the fried food, but you find out with doing no bread, when you go out to eat, that pretty much killed the fried food, because no bread is very difficult when you're on the go. Because every restaurant you go to, bro, like they're selling you sandwiches and potatoes. Like just about everywhere. So but that's been a challenge because like, with working, I'm on the move a lot of times. So but like you said, like today I went to, where did I go? I was going to go by Doc Green's, but I ended up going to Arden's Garden and like getting a bowl. It's just, you find out it's just not a lot of options, bro. Like especially in our areas.
Facts.
You got to go and find the right places to get those options. Like when you say a kava, I'm trying to think like, where's a kava around here?
Nowhere down here. Ain't nowhere in our area.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't find one in my crib. So.
Speak for y'all. My area have abundance.
but that's a good example though for somebody that was on the south side and now you're on the north side. You see the difference.
I do.
Where it's just like no real healthy options readily available. Like you really got to work hard to get to the healthier options, especially on the go. But that's been the main thing. That and just like really getting back into scripture more. Like I felt like I was lacking in 2024 of that. Like I would read, but not intentionally read. It was kind of just like boom. If I see something, I'm diving in. But like now I'm trying to be a little more intentional with the reading and like, bros, that here's the thing. What I found, and we've all been through these stages. But bro, like when you start praying for stuff, and like, I'll give you an example. I've been praying for more patience, just around everything, right? And dog, I forgot Like when you pray for patience,
You gonna get
God
that.
puts things in your way to see if you can be patient. Like, and I'm talking about, dog, when I tell you I prayed for patience and within 24 hours, I just got tested with so many opportunities to be patient. And it didn't click until like the second time. I was just like, oh, okay, I see you, God. Like you said that's what you want, right? So, okay, let me see if you can be patient. And I'm talking about stuff like small things that would bother me. Then I had to like check myself. So that's what I've been doing. I've been checking myself all week of just like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, this is a patience thing. This is a patience thing. Even before y'all got here, the youngin clogged up the toilet. Everybody went to bed.
Left you with it.
9:30. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, okay, cool, I got you. Cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's where I've been at. So
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah. It's like that right now. I think I've talked to a few people, man, and I feel like this is, you know, and people probably say this type of thing every year, but this one kind of feels a little different. It feels like most folks was kind of getting eaten up in some type of way in 2024.
Yeah.
The anxiety went through the roof for people last year, which is crazy. Like and it's like it's consistent. Like it's so many people I speak to, myself included. It was just like, man, why are we anxious? Like why are we so anxious right now? You know, and this year for me, like my word, I was chatting with one of my team members today, and my word for this year is peace. Like it is like last year was joy, this year is peace. It's just no matter what, I will preserve my peace.
Yeah, and I think for me, I think all of us can attest. Like last year was just such a harsh year. Well, I'm going to turn it not harsh. I'm going to say a trying year in different aspects of everybody's life. And I think for me, this year is reclaim. You know, I'm reclaiming what's mine.
I like that.
You know, whether it's joy, peace, whatever it is, I'm reclaiming it. And you know, so that's what my real focus is this year, as I'm really looking to how my next 20 years are going to be set up, right? You know, because, you know, we're in that middle life now, guys.
Oh yeah.
so we almost at the peak for being honest, you know,
right.
And that type of stuff starts to sink in. And so it's like, okay, being mindful of where you are you actually where you want to be?
Want to be, yeah.
And so really just trying to hone in on those things, because like I said, I think me and JD was talking about this one time. And you're like, you know, I don't want to be working till I'm 60.
No.
You know, I want to be enjoying.
I ain't claiming
life.
that for nobody.
Right.
Not at all.
Right. And so, you know, I want to be active. I want to be in my kids' life. I want them to experience the things that we wasn't able to experience at a young age. And I want to be able to, say, hey y'all, let's go to Spain for the weekend, and we go. So that's what now I'm really being more intentional and really starting to set things up this year that's going to propel me over the next decade.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. I think that's important, man, for us to get into that space. I mean, I know we all. I guess for the sake of this conversation, we technically are middle age, and you know, the older you get, we start realizing that things are changing. Whether that's health wise, like relationship wise, even your kids are growing older. You're just starting to look around and seeing things completely different than the way we saw things 5-10 years ago.
Yeah,
you know, like I was joking with some of my homies like on the other pod, and we were just talking about like, bro, trap music came out like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that, like, I'm using T.I. as a reference, bro, but like I'm just saying that was 20 years ago.
Yep.
And it don't even feel like it. But the reality is we were kids. You know what I'm saying? And so like we have lived a couple of lives since that point. And so we're just in that season of where we have to be intentional about everything, whether that is like, you know, intentional about your faith, intentional about lifestyle, intentional about your health. It's those things that we're not at the age where we can just say, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah.
Like, no, bro. We ain't ain't no just getting to it. Like you got to get on it if you want it. You know what I'm saying?
And to that point, man, about where we are in life, dog, y'all know I was going on vacation in December. Literally, the Monday before I left, I woke up, my back was hurting. I ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Just
didn't
went to
pick up
sleep.
nothing. I just went to sleep and woke up. And when I say it hurt so bad that on Tuesday, I had to go to the medical clinic to get shots just so I could get on a plane. Like I could, like I couldn't sit, couldn't stand, couldn't lay down. Like, and the doctor was like, "What did you do?" I have no idea. Now to preface it, a few years ago, like probably before the pandemic, right before it, they said I got a bulging disc, right? But I went through physical therapy, did like 2 rounds of epidural, and I haven't had any issues since 2021, maybe 2022. And so the fact that it just came out of nowhere with me not doing anything, and they said it doesn't look worse or anything.
Yeah.
So but I literally woke up and I was like, well, I haven't changed lifestyles that much,
Right.
The only thing that I could think of, which I was like, okay, maybe that might be, is I might be maybe 5 to 10 pounds heavier than I was then, but I was like, it was just like, I was like, man, I'm 40.
That was just your body saying,
Yeah.
you old, bro.
Yeah.
You old.
Yeah.
Welcome.
That's it.
I was like, man, got to change this.
Yeah, man. So kind of going into, I know, Mo, you put in a group chat earlier about some things that we need to let go. I think it's a perfect time to segue into that conversation. Not just because of the new year, but I think just going forward, there are some things that if we're looking 10 years from now,
Yeah.
should be different.
Better be different.
That's
Better be. That's better.
Yeah.
Better be different. So, let's go around the room, bro. Like, what is something that you think that you gotta let go? And let's try to be as vulnerable as possible in this moment, bro. Like, I know we all dealing with different things, but what is it that y'all feel like is necessary that you gotta let go this year?
Fear.
Fear. Talk on it.
Y'all know I'm probably the one that me and Corey are probably the safest too out of the group. Well, we really ain't trying to rock no boats, no nothing. And that has been, you guys know that my career path has been very methodical. Y'all know I'm a planner, and I done mapped it out, and I did just about every step I did hit on. But the one thing that keeps coming back over and over and over and over again is that I'm not supposed to be in the place that I am now.
You said that a few times.
And I've said that a few, and it just keep becoming clear just by things that keep popping up and things of the nature. Not saying that I haven't worked hard and I'm not supposed to be where I am, like from a experience wise. But that's not my path.
Yeah.
I think Marlon, me and you talked about how about having to answer to other people. That as I'm getting older, I think they call it honorary. Like, but I think as I get older, it's just a lot of stuff that I'm like, look, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
You don't like it at this point. It's like whatever,
Right.
And that's personally, professionally, all the way around. And I think that that's really pushing me to go into a direction that was really going to test my faith, my family. I think it's gonna test everything, and that's why I said I have to get rid of the fear. And so what if you fail, right? I know. I mean, I'm not as young as I used to, so failing will be a little bit different at this age, and I have young kids and things of that nature. But I still can't let that stop me, and I'm still trying to see how do I get past that.
See, Wiz, what you got?
I would say probably being more of a risk taker.
Yeah.
Also, I probably say lack of confidence, because sometimes it's like I think having a lack of confidence can kind of it can be a roadblock to just like he's saying, he want to be in a different position, different place or whatever. I think a lot of times within myself is just like maybe if I'm more confident in like, just who I am, who God made me to be, things will play out a little different for myself.
Yeah.
And that's probably goes hand in hand with, being more of a risk taker. Because I can be, I can be risk adverse and try to avoid it or whatever. Not try to, you can't really avoid everything, but being more of a risk taker, I think that would be helpful for me.
Yeah.
So y'all kind of similar. in
Yeah,
that-
yeah. He's on the same vein. Yeah. What about you?
Man, 10 years from now, like what would myself 10 years from now tell myself today? Like, Negro, this is what you need to let go, or what you need to switch up. I'm not using all my gifts.
Facts.
And this, ironically, is the thing you've been saying to yourself. I've probably been saying this to myself for just about as long. Like, there's more in me. I owe this generation more. And it's not that I'm not giving it a lot. I feel like I have a, Lord willing, or Lord has allowed me to give a lot of myself to bear a lot of fruit in a lot of ways. But like, it's one thing to say like, oh, I've done this, I'm good with it. But it's another thing to say, yeah, but you still ain't reached your potential.
Yeah.
So I think it goes kind of back similar to what you were saying, Tori, in terms of like, there's some more faith steps, like, and I think these are going to feel more like harder than any that I've ever taken, which is a little scary. Because I've taken some big faith steps, like at different periods in my life. And this period feels like it's going to shift everything. Like, but at the same time, it's like, I know that if I take that step, it's going to be bigger than what I could ever imagine, So I don't know. But I feel like I have to walk in the path. I feel like I have to remove distractions. We talked about, like, top of this episode, just the clarity of this time period. Like, I need to cope less. I need to drink less. I need to, take my brain off of things less. I need to be locked in for a very set period of time so that I don't squander the opportunities that I have, Because honestly, like with getting older, you start realizing how less time you have, and things become more serious. And I feel like crossing into this age of 40 and even just into this year, that's kind of what it feels like. It's like, you ain't got time to waste no more. Honestly, Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's wild because we kind of all in the same position. For me, it's something that I realized that I doubt my gifts, right? And there's been times where, like, I can do a lot of things, but there's been times where I'll shy away because, man, you're doing too much, or I don't want it to come off like I'm like, dude, I know how to do all of these things, like from A to Z, and I can do them. But like, there are times where I don't fully like push through and do all of those things because for whatever reason, like, I don't know if it's like self-doubt or if it's just worrying about, damn, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know what that is. I'm still trying to find that. But I think part of it is just like the doubt, because I've always had all of these dreams and goals. And like, I've always been able to at least start. Now I feel like I got to, like, all right, go and finish it. Like, you built this, go and finish it. Like, you built this, go and finish it. And I think that's for me has been like that. All right, bro, like, this season that you're in, like, just finish what you started. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of that is building like the right team for one, because people that I've watched, you know, you hear people say like, oh man, you got to do one thing. And I fight with that because I don't feel like I'm meant to do one thing. Like I truly feel that in my heart that I'm not meant to do one thing. Like I'm not meant to be a business owner only. I'm not here like, you know, I podcast, I DJ, I produce. Like I don't think in my brain that I'm supposed to only do one of those things. Just like you said, like God has gave me plenty of gifts. And I found that I can work in all of those gifts and none of them feel like work. And that's how I know, like, oh no, dude, this is a part of you. Like I found those things where, yes, I know how to do it, but when I do it, it feels like work.
Yeah.
That's just, bro, just put that in the hobby category. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But there are things that like, bro, that come to me so easy, but because sometimes they come to me so easy, I put them on the back burner. So it's just like, no, dude, like if you're going to start it, go ahead and finish it. Or don't start it at all. But that's where it comes in, like building that right team, because it might not be meant for me to start it. It might be meant for me to just show somebody else how to do it. And then like, you go ahead and do it. Or show this person, then you go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just been, for me, that's kind of like the self-reflection, just making sure like, all right, bro, you wrote it down in 2022. It's 2025.
Yep.
What you on?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah.
you on?
Real
So,
talk.
yeah. That's where I've been at with it, man. That's where I've been at with it.
And I think the theme of that, you know, I think Marlon, I like the way that you phrased it. I think it's about us using our talents and not being afraid. I think that's the common thread. Like we're talking about it, about things that we innately already have in us. That's why I keep popping up. We trying to suppress
Yep.
who we actually are.
That's so true.
And you know, but it keeps coming up. And so now that we done got to this age where it's coming off as, so me, it manifests into like, okay, Tori, you've always, you know, had fear to just strike out and do certain things. That's what that is.
Yeah.
You know, for you, it might manifest a tad bit differently, you know, and things of that nature. But I think at the end of the day, I think that's the moment of where we are.
You just touched on something like, even to say like it keeps coming up, that lets you know this is God sent.
Yeah.
That lets you know where it came from. You know, it's something that was put in us that has to come out. It is a part of our makeup. You made me think about like something very specific, and honestly, like I've been feeling pulled back in the direction of ministry. Like, you know, I don't know how, I don't know what that looks like. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna like put a stamp on what I think it's not, because I don't know.
Right.
I just know like I've been tugged back in that direction in a very specific way, to the point where I've even had real dialogue with my pastor and just, you know, other mentors in the space. And, you know, at some point, somehow, some way, like I gotta use it, you know, and I think it's going to connect to all the other skills that I've been fruitful with, right? Like, from people leader to the things that I've learned working in the sector that I work in. And so it's just, all that stuff is supposed to mesh in some way, shape, or form, but it's going to require faith. It's going to require a step that I ain't ready to necessarily go on my own.
Right.
Which is why I think this point of clarity time that I'm in right now is like extremely intentional. And I can't even allow myself to squander that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? So, yeah.
No, that's real, bro. I mean, you know, I think we're all in that, like you said, we're in that same space. I think for us, what's going to be important, and especially for y'all that's watching as well, just holding ourselves accountable, because it's so easy to start. You know, like this is the new year. It happens for everybody. Like, bro, the gym's crowded right now. It wasn't crowded in December. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But let's make sure that we're doing our due diligence just as brothers, like keep checking in, like, yo, bro, where you at with this? Where you at with that? You know, how can I help you with this? Is there resources that you need? Something just to make sure that we're not just allowing us to travel on that journey by ourselves. Because it's, you know, there's no need for that, especially when we have the village that we have. Just like, bro, even if it's just this quick check-ins, making sure, seeing where we at, status reports, things of that nature. So,
But I want to push us past that because, you know, yes, accountability is important, but to me, accountability is a word and things that we always throw around at this time of year as well. It's deeper. I don't have the actual word of what I'm trying to say, but it really is, you know, well, Marlon, I think, put it the best. It is that God sent, which to me is a little bit deeper than just accountability. Yeah, it's that calling. It's literally calling you to it's drawing you to that space. So I don't know what that accountability looks like, but it's deeper than just that word in the act of accountability. And that's where, and I think, Marlon, to your point, that's where that this moment of clarity of what you're trying to build, that's where that comes in. Because that to me is deeper than just that accountability. Yeah, we can be accountable, but that clarity to where you're getting that direct connection from the source, that is going to lead you. I think that's really, at the end of the day, that connection to the source, to drive and push us in making sure that we're able to see and hear, realize and understand what the path and the vision is. That's really what I think is really needed.
And I think a lot of time, man, it's that internal voice of self-doubt that really we think our way out of. We might have a path to some, but that internal voice just get us on a different track.
It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, that's spot on, bro. That internal voice will make or break you.
Yes, it will.
It'll make or break you. It can be right there, bro. You can talk yourself out of it.
Yep.
Like we've all done it.
Even in the simplest thing, man. You talk your way out of it.
Yep.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody told me before, like, I operate as if I'm scared to make a mistake. Like, you can't live, you're going to make mistakes. Of course, you don't want to go out there and do stupid stuff, but, you got to have faith and just, do things and not have self-doubt.
Yeah. I mean, you can almost, all right, it might be, and I might get some pushback. If y'all want to push back on that, that's completely fine. But when we operate in that space, it's almost like we just don't trust God.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's just like we go in and think like, man, I don't want to make no mistake. And like God looking like, bro, I got you. Like, just I've already, I paved the road. You just got to drive the car up the street. You know what I'm saying? You turn it up. You all on the off road. You up here in the bumpy rocks and everything. Like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to turn out. They're like, bro, I paved it. It's paid for 100 miles. Let's go. You don't want to do it. You know what I mean? So, we're finding that. Especially, we're finding that just me and the wifey just in trying to restructure our life around each other more. You know what I mean? Just like all these things that we said we want to get done, we just got to be intentional about it. And let's help each other, right? So even with like the content game and the vending business and just like life and all of these things, just having more accountability. Because I think, especially in a marriage, bro, you get into that space of just
the hamster wheel, man.
It's a real hamster wheel of, and not even bad.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, bro, okay, boom. On Tuesday, we do this. On Wednesday, we do this. Monday through Friday is, kids, getting kids ready for school, and then boom. And it's just like, man, sometimes it's difficult to just stop and just like, all right, what we doing? Like, we were looking at our finances, bro, and we was like, we made the same amount of money this year that we did last year. But this year we did all these budget cuts. It was like, where did them? Like, we spent the extra 10 grand. Like, where do we spend this at? And then like, all right, let me look at this. Cause like normally I'm not looking, this is her, she looks at this stuff and I'm kind of just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I went to look and I was just like, oh, I see it right here. Like, we spent an extra $2,500 on gas and an extra like $6,500 on car repairs. And then we start putting two and two together. Well, like, we wearing car, but like, I've been driving all day, like vending business stuff, like drive. So it was like in that 1 year, that extra money was all to a car, getting repairs and like driving more and spending gas. But it was just like something simple like that, just taking the time to just sit down, stop for a second, because we're doing all the right things with budgeting. But we're not paying attention to like exactly where everything is going. And so like in a matter of 30 seconds, we were able to like stop, look, and figure out like, oh, boom, there it goes.
But then that gives you foresight for how to navigate that this year.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So just something small like that, but, just kind of taking the time to stop and reset if you need to, or figuring out a plan of action for the next thing to go. But yeah, man, it's going to be important, especially here on out. Yeah. I think this would be a good time to go to our Ask a Black Man.
Yeah, let's do it.
How y'all brothers doing, man? My name is Mr. Davenport, man, down here in Orlando, Florida, man. Nah, man, I just wanted to just reach out to y'all guys, man, and say, man, I've been listening to y'all podcasts, bro, going on like, I want to say 3 years, bro. And like I kind of listen to it when I'm at work and, I'm in the car and stuff like that, man. I really appreciate like just the genuine, real conversation you guys have, man. I ain't really got no question for y'all, but I just want y'all to continue just to keep putting that, that genuine, real material out there, man, cause, and then I want y'all to, like to put out a little bit more episodes, like, cause I'm looking now, it's just Holiday Grief, and that been on for a while, but I know y'all boys be busy and stuff like that, man, but y'all boys really got something going, man. So, I'm down here, man, so y'all just keep it going, for sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Mr. Davenport.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Absolutely.
That's stuff that we need to hear. And just a little inside baseball. That's something that we've also talked about internally, about making sure that we can put out more content and more things just for you guys, because we want to make sure we're there. We really want to take this, into a really different trajectory. We really want to, this to be a staple to help Black men think. You know what I'm saying? So, this year we're gonna try to push ourselves.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to push ourselves.
Indeed.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, we ain't really have a question, but we appreciate them flowers. But we're gonna receive that and take that in.
Indeed,
that's right.
indeed.
No, that's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you for listening, man. Thank you for
Yes.
being a consistent listener. You've been with us for 3 years, man. Hopefully something that we've said has touched your life, and we got more coming. So we appreciate you.
Absolutely, man.
And it is genuine, man, because it's like, we've been knowing each other for a while. So
Yeah.
ain't no use to getting up here,
know.
faking.
Oh
Right.
no! Look, that's the one thing about us. If somebody says something that I'm like, what?
But everybody gonna be looking crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
When that happened,
man? Yeah, man.
I do want to say one thing. Happy birthday to my pops. Today is his birthday.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
That
happy,
would have
happy
been
birthday.
68 today. So just that's part of reflecting too.
Yeah.
Because like you just reflect and be like, all right, yeah, okay, cool, get it. And like, bro, when I tell you this past month, because I talked about it on the last part too, like Holiday Grief, but it goes for me, it goes Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is pretty much all of November.
Yeah.
Like, then you get into Christmas time.
Yep.
And then immediately after Christmas, you go for me on the 25th. Then a week from Christmas is New Year, and then a week from New Year is my dad's birthday. So I'm just kind of like boom, boom, boom.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I go to thinking about like, well, New Year's, my dad, we used to go outside like shoot the gun stuff like. So it's just I'm kind of hit all different emotions during that last couple of times. But I was like, dog, for like the past month, that phrase that my dad used to tell me all the time, utilize your steps. It's just been a reminder over and over again.
Man.
Like over and over. Even just
Powerful.
some just like, grabbing two things instead of one. Or, it's wild. That was the context that he used, but like as I get older, it's completely different.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, bro, like walk with a purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you say that you're doing, like be intentional about what you're doing. And it sticks with me to this day.
Man, those gems, man. And that might be, that might be worth taking over to the next episode and just like sharing, like, what were those gems like that our parents, that somebody in our life like dropped that like they still resonate.
Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. Well, y'all heard it. Mo said it perfectly, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, rate, do all of the good stuff. Remember, that's the Black Man Think podcast where we elevate our black man, because black man be out here thinking. Oh, go leave a voicemail. 404. We opened this up to everybody. This was normally just for Patreon.
Mike Jones.
We're opening it up for
No, this ain't Mike Jones. Don't call Mike.
404-939-6477. Call, leave us a voicemail, man. Keep it short, sweet. We want to hear from you for our Ask a Black Man segment. You can ask a question, or you can leave a comment like homie. I forgot his name. I do apologize, but
Mr. Davenport.
Mr. Davenport. We appreciate you for tuning in, man. We truly appreciate you.
Also, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, women, you can leave a message too.
Yeah. We got a single.
Matter of fact, call ask a Corey.
We got that. Yeah. No, but look, here's the thing, right? It's called Ask a Black Man.
Yeah.
So it don't matter who you are. You're asking a question to a black man. So I appreciate you.
Really,
for
ask
saying
the
that.
question because I get asked questions like women go through stuff and sometimes they want, they want a male point of view on some things.
Yeah.
We got that for you.
Ask the question.
Absolutely. Well, look, we appreciate y'all, man. We're going over to Patreon right now. So if y'all want to go to Patreon, y'all can do that as well. blackmanthink.com, patreon.com/blackmanthink. Go there. Beat us there. We about to go and talk some extra talk now. All right.
The Black Men Think Podcast.